Good morning, my dear students. Today we are discussing about structure of ureters. So ureters are one pair of ureters is present. This one is connects the kidneys to. These are connects the kidneys to bladder like this. These are the ureters. One pair of ureters is present in the human body renal system. So for these are the these two is called as a ureters. So one pair of kidneys, one pair of ureters is present. So one is the left ureter, one more is the right ureter. So two parts are is present. So one is the left ureter and as well as the right ureter. So here two parts are present. So ureters are to connect the kidney and bladder. Main aim, what is the importance of ureter? Transportation of urine from the kidneys to the bladder through the ureters. So ureters play a key role in our body, just transportation of urine from the kidneys to the blood. So this is the right ureter, this is the left ureter. So these are the two ureters is present in our body. So first of all, we'll discuss about ureter related properties. Ureters is the two thick tubes are present. These are the transportation of urine from the kidneys to bladder. What is the length of these tubes from here to here? Length. What is the length of the ureters? Ureters length is the 25 centimeters. 25 centimeters. What is the width of the width or diameter? Diameter is the 3 mm. So this is about the few properties of the ureters length and width. So this one is a continued from the kidneys to the bladder through the two parts. One is the abdominal cavity, and one more is the pelvis. One more is the into the pelvic cavity, and then after posterior to the bladder. So abdominal cavity, pelvic cavity and bladder. So this one is starts from the kidneys through the two cavities. One is the abdominal cavity, one more is the pelvic cavity. Here top is kidney and the lower part is called as a bladder. So from these two parts, this one is a transfer from kidney to bladder. And the next one, the renal pelvis receives the urine from the different parts of the ureters. So the next one, this one is collect the urine from the renal pelvis. So now I go with the structure of the parts of ureter. This parts of ureter. So just check this. So now I go with the structure of kidney. This is the structure of kidney. From here, this one is connected to like this. So this is called as a renal pelvis. This is called as a renal pelvis. From renal pelvis, it's a large in size. Then after it turned to small size. This part is called as one of the junction, that is called as the pelvic ureteric junction. This after that its size will be narrow in size, then transferred at the one moment. This one is turned like this, turned into this like. This is called as a pelvic brim. And this part is called as the ureter proper. This is called as the ureter proper. So the ureter proper. Then after this one is goes to the attaches the which part, that is called as the bladder. Attaches to the bladder like this. So here they attaches to the bladder, entering into the part of bladder. So this one is a different one. So here these are the parts of the ureter. One pair of ureters is present. Length is the 25 centimeters. Width is the 3 mm same size. This one is starts from the which one? It starts from the this one is called as the abdominal cavity. This is called as a pelvic cavity, and after that entering into the bladder. So this bladder is collect the urine from the ureters from the which one? Renal pelvis. From the renal pelvis. So this is about introduction part of the ureters. Introduction part of the ureter. So ureters is made up of the different parts. So what are their parts? Pelvic ureter junction, renal pelvis, ureter proper, pelvic brain, and attaches to the bladder. So now I go with the, this is the one way only. Here urine is transferred like this, one way direction only, not in two way direction. Urine is not passed from the bladder to not come back to the bladder to the kidneys. Only one way direction is occurred. That is a special character of the ureters. Special character of ureter. The next one, parts of ureter. Ureter parts. First one is the pelvic ureter. First is the First part is the pelvic ureter. First part is the pelvis or pelvic ureter. Pelvic ureter. So what is the importance? It's formed by the a number of means how many? 23 major calyces. These are made up of 23 major calyces. Calyce is presence in the part of pelvic ureter. This one is runs downward and continues as the abdominal part. The next one entering into the abdominal part, continues as the abdominal part. This is the first point. And the second one is the abdominal part. So it runs below the peritoneum of the posterior abdominal wall and peritoneus of the pelvic cavity. It cross the iliac arteries. And the next one, so it cross the iliac artery like this, iliac artery up to here. That is the abdominal part. And the next one, pelvic part of ureter. Number 3 is the pelvic part of ureter. So the pelvic part of ureter is the made up of 3 parts. So number 1 is the ventral part. Number 2 is the oblique part. Number 3 is the intravesical part. So ventral part, oblique part, and intravesical part. These are the different parts are present in the pelvic part of ureter. The next one, this one is connected to the bladder, and transfer of the urine from the kidneys to the bladder by the urethra. This is about urethra. If you have any doubts from this topic, tomorrow we'll discuss about remaining parts. Thank you.